Juanita from George's Furniture. We have an opportunity today to see two different customers and see where their pieces are in the wood shop. So both of these customers are having tables made. Here you can see the legs. These legs are shaker style, and they will have a black stain applied to them. And the other customer are having the walnut legs on their table, and they will be natural color, so it's just a clear water resistant finish. The craftsman here who's making both of the tables is working on the legs, so we're just going to watch him work here on the 8-sided rung, or 8-sided leg. It's the same as the chairs. How they do the taper. It's a little bit narrower at the end than it is up at the top. Leg that is completely finished. So it looks like here they start, do a little bit on the end, and then they go through, pass it through this another time to get that taper. Now the shaker legs here would have been done the same way, where you can see they are narrower at the bottom than they are at the top. Those would have been done the same way on this joiner. So that'll be done with all 5 legs. We have our extension tables have 5 legs because they have a center leg to support the extension. So now let's walk. Oh, these are actually the skirts that are for the table. So this would be for the walnut blend table that has the black stain legs, and these would be for the walnut. This is for the skirt that's underneath that supports the top of the table. Alright, now we have, let's go look at the parts of the tabletop that are glued together. These, I believe, are the table leaves. Now, several of these are actually glued together, or 2 leaves are glued together there. This is the tabletop, and this one is for Ruff. It looks like his last name. See the top of the table. And there's some more. These are some table leaves. And this is a table leaf, or the top of the table. And this one is also for Ruff. There you can see the top of that table. This would be the end of the table. And then We have some table leaves over here. And the other customer, we have their tops. Let's just move over here quickly. These are some table leaves. And this is a tabletop for Browns, the other customer. Here's the other tabletop. So these would have been planed. That means they would have been gone through the joiner to make them the same thickness. And then the craftsman is glued them together. And eventually they'll have the shape of the top cut and routed, depending on what the edge of the router they have requested. So someone can actually choose whether they want a quarter rounded edge or a beveled edge or an OG edge. And those are all depending upon what the customer likes. This is a big belt sander. We actually, after the tabletop is completed, the cutout and the edge is put on, they will run the top through the belt sander to make sure everything is nice and smooth and sanded nicely. Alright, now there's one thing that we have is a leaf holder to hold all those leaves. So let's go back. The leaf holder is actually in the spray room. So let's walk back to our spray room. This is where the raw lumber before the craftsman comes and picks out the lumber from the stacks here. The part right here is black walnut. So it doesn't look too exciting right now, but boy, when that finish gets on, it will definitely bring out the beauty of the green. Alright, so back here, now these tables, the legs will actually get stained back here. Stain is hand rubbed on and then wiped off. So that would just be the table legs and the skirt for the one. So here we have the spraying of the board box, the leaf holder. So this was all completed. Here's the craftsman who made this board box, and he's also spraying on the clear water resistant finish. So it's a skilled job here because we need to make sure that we don't have overspray. There we go. So now it's up on the cart. We got the bottom. He's checking. We have quality control through every step of the process. So he found something that needs to be sanded a little bit more before he sprays. Now the door would be separate. The grids on the top and bottom, those would be separate. They're all sprayed, protected individually, and then at the end the hardware will be put on. This is the clear protective finish that allows our furniture to have protection from any water. So our furniture, you can put the plates and the cups right on the table, use them. If you're like my kids, sometimes they don't wipe off the table after they've cleared it off. See, he's systematically going across, making sure everything is covered. Okay, that's all wet, so we'll put it back in the room beside, where we'll sit overnight to allow it to dry. And then he's ready for the next piece. So when they are spraying the finish, they make a batch of finish. They put the catalyst in with it, and then we have about 20 minutes to get the finish applied to the piece of furniture before it starts setting up. Here are actually the grids and the door that will go on the leaf holder or the leaf storage. This is our deluxe leaf holder. We also have another leaf holder that does not have a door. It's a nice finish box, but you can actually see the leaves. Those are two different ways to store the leaves that are nice to have in the same room. That way you don't have to use extra storage somewhere else in your closet, and you know where the leaves are, and it's actually a nice piece of furniture to have in the same room. So these are the grids that will go on the bottom of the leaf holder. Then the leaves will slide in those. This helps to keep them upright and not scratching each other, and allows the air to circulate. So the back of the cabinet is open to the back. So that's the front of the board box. See how it looks grayish? Now that probably had one coat of finish on, and then they sanded in between the coats. So when you put on the finish, that can really bring out the beauty of the grain. Now this has a little bit of the lighter part of black walnut, and we call it walnut blend, which is really beautiful, natural. And it's something that we're using on probably 1/2 to 3/4 of our tables. And it's not just limited to tables. We've used the walnut blend on a whole entire bedroom suite. We've used it on coffee and end tables. Pretty well anywhere people would like to use the walnut blend. Well, that is where these two different customers, where their pieces are in the process of building. So to the next time, check in to see what's happening in George's shop. Have a good day.